Good evening. Welcome back to the van. I am still in Virginia. Haven't left yet, but I am planning on leaving tomorrow. And I am driving west. Um, yeah, I was waiting for two packages to arrive, two new batteries for my van, they arrived. I have installed one of them. If you watched my video from yesterday in the Lowe's parking lot, um, you'll know why I didn't install both of them. But I have a plan, and I think I know all of the materials that I need and can order them, and I just have to. It's like delivery Tetris. I have to meet the delivery in a different city, like on my way, that kind of thing. So it just adds more complexity to the situation. But I had thought about leaving today immediately when the second battery arrived, but I got a good work session in this morning, and I've been debating in my head the past couple of minutes how much of this I share. Um, I had the house to myself today, and I'm trying to think like, uh, okay, I apologize. There's so many thoughts. I have I haven't worked well in a house or an apartment for maybe years. And I think it's because, see, I had this negative association with apartments and houses because they are too comfortable. Their goal is comfort. And my lifestyle goal this chapter, and when I decided to jump into van life, was the opposite of comfort. And the past couple times I've been in an apartment or been in a house that was either myself or my family's, it just hasn't been a good, what's the word? It hasn't been an environment conducive towards focused effort. And I think the reason I hesitated so much as I was trying to start this was there's like, I don't know, there are so many variables. And I was just thinking about how the fact that I had the house to myself, it was like it was like this is so nice. Not the fact that I'm alone, but just like set my laptop up, got a coffee, air conditioned environment. I don't have to worry about, sweating my balls off. Um, and electricity, fast Wi-Fi. I was like, why do I why do I have this negative association with apartments or houses when like this is so nice? I got so much work done. And then, made lunch, got some other stuff done, and then came back and, my laptop was still just set up, banged out a couple more hours of work. I was like, what? And so, why? The question is why. See, okay. My worry is that I guess the question is, what is the question? I think my worry or my thinking is that I'm not in a position right now to get an apartment or house. But I think it's worth challenging assumptions, you know? And updating hypotheses and assumptions, because I had been running with the assumptions that living in an apartment or house is too comfortable, and thus it will not be conducive towards working and my goals. But staying at the house in Granada, I mean, that was, again, there are more variables there with other guys, which helps a lot in terms of, like, locking in. But here, it's like, I thought I thought I was not supposed to be able to get focused work in. Like, why did this go so well? And so I had thought, like, oh well, why don't I just why don't I just stay here and, like, get more work done? And so the question of why, I don't know why, but the thought that I had and that I was running with was that my worry is that you can't extrapolate from a single day, and that on a long enough time horizon, i.e., probably weeks, you think? At least 2 weeks in the same place. I would put a little bit of money on that. I think I think after 2 weeks in the same place alone, the productivity declines to the point where then you start to mix, hanging out on the couch, watching YouTube, sleeping, chilling, with the same environment of trying to actually, like, be productive and work. And I think after probably 2 weeks, I would start to see those declines. And so I think the reason it went well is, who was I? I was telling one of the guys at the house, the beauty of this lifestyle, and this is something that I'm still learning about myself as well. One of the biggest upsides about being constantly on the move is that, besides the novelty, your brain is constantly making new connections because it's in new environments. And so when you enter a new environment, I've found that you can make an association, like, whatever you want. And I think the problem, if we take one step back, what I was just talking about, this, like, 2 week curve, I think my hypothesis is that happens because your brain starts to mold multiple associations together. It's like, this environment is for comfort, and then this environment is for work, and then over, like, a week, 2 weeks, whatever, they start to go together. And what I've found is the beauty of new environments and going to coffee shops and working from coffee shops is that you can make the association whatever you want. And so I chose and built the association that whenever I go to a coffee shop, I am focused, journaling, thinking, thinking about goals, working towards goals, outputting, like things that are productive. I built that association, and I'm at a point where I've been able to. One of the guys at the house, I I was talking about this with him, and I was talking about this and how I've been able to like transfer that association and just like work from anywhere. So now it's less like the coffee shop environment and more like I'm sitting down in a place that's, at least somewhat comfortable with electricity, with Wi-Fi, and I open up my laptop, put on my headphones, and like that is the environment. And so I can just place myself outside of the house in Granada, on a table, in a co-working space, in a hostel, outside in Bali at the like outdoor co-working space, in a coffee shop, and like it's all pretty much the same. So I guess I'll try to wrap the video up here. I wasn't if I could show you what happened before this video. First of all, usually when I make a video at night, it's like I don't have anything to talk about, and so I was standing here for like a good couple of minutes thinking like, what am I going to talk about in this video? And so I wasn't really expecting it to go down this rabbit hole, but um, such is life. So how do I wrap this up? I worked from the house, and it went well, and it went better than I expected, and it made me realize, or it made me think, wow, this is really nice. It's really nice to have a space I can walk around, air conditioned, go over, grab water, grab a coffee, fast Wi-Fi, electricity, comfortable seat, and I was able to get good, focused work done. And it made me think, why why have I made this connection or association, not association, connotation? I don't know what the right word is. Why have I thought that I wouldn't be able to get work done in a house or an apartment? And I think I spent the second half of this video trying to explain that it is possible, that some of my foundational mindset has changed enough that I could do focused work while living in an apartment or a house. I think that would be interesting to experiment with. But my current theory, and the theory that I was running with and still am, is that I bet I would reach a drop off point of productivity starting to slow down as I get more comfortable in the environment, and it becomes, I start to I just had a thought that was like, if I had an apartment where only what I only ever did was go there and work, and then I left and like hung out, watched YouTube, slept somewhere else in a different apartment, I think that apartment would work well. I hope this is making sense. And so my theory is that over time, what happened in my previous apartments would continue to happen, which is get comfortable, then the association gets too jumbled. Your brain is trying to associate this is a productive environment with also this is a environment where I hang out and chill and relax. And so to conclude, I don't that's my theory. I don't know if it's true. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you think I'm crazy. Um, but that is sharing some thoughts about and learnings about things that I've learned trying to focus in different environments and why I left my apartment and why I still don't think it's worth going back to an apartment to work. We'll see where that takes me. I don't know if that's going to be true forever, but it's true for now. So, thanks for listening. See you tomorrow. Bye.